Whatever you're doing right now, I want you to stop and just listen. Look, I didn't even plan this video. It kind of happened spontaneously, and honestly, it happened as I was kind of going through my brain, and I like to put things on the whiteboard. It helps me clear my thoughts a little better. I guess that's the coach in me. But I thought about some things that I really had to share with you. As you can see, I'm not even mic'd up. Usually I mic up for these videos. And I'm just going to show you real quick what I have on the board because it's something that players, parents of players, and coaches really need to know. And it all starts with the fact that in our off season, in our summertime, players aren't getting enough skill work. That's the truth of the matter. Is players are playing way too many games and they're not getting enough skill work. And I want to just look what I went through here. And actually, I'm gonna get some different colors. Told you I'm doing this off the top because I just want you guys to be able to know and see this. But the problem right now is that too many players are relying on the club scene. Okay, well here's the thing. Average club team can play anywhere from 50 to 82 games in a season. Okay, well number one, they just came off a 30 to 40 game season, depending on how deep they went into the school team. Obviously if the players old enough to play school team, but now you're talking about almost 100 games in a year. Okay, that's an NBA level schedule. Okay, and even they say that that's a lot for them. But here's the problem with that as well. You end up practicing 2 times a week, maybe 3 if your club team really gets after it. 90% of that practice is done with your system because it has to be. You guys have to know how to break a press, make a press, offense, defense from a team system standpoint. And hopefully, there are some good club coaches out there that really pay attention to skill development. And I can tell you as one of those that do focus on that with teams, there's still just never enough time for skill development, okay? So a lot of the biggest mistake is people are relying on club. Now I want you to look at this as well. They're playing, we said anywhere from 50 to 100 games, 80 games in the off season. Well, here's the thing. For true development for a player, they need a ratio of 3 to 1. That means 3 skill workouts to every game they play. And I'm going to show you why. It takes anywhere from 20 to 30,000 reps. 20 to 30,000 reps to master a skill. You don't need 20 to 30,000 games to be good at this game, right? And whoever plays 30,000, I don't know if anyone ever plays 30,000 games in their lifetime. So that's why it's important to get a ratio of 3 to 1. But look what's happening. People are counting this 2 weeks of practice where it's mostly their system and they're saying, oh, well, we're getting better. We're getting what we need. No, actual skill workouts. 2 to 3 to 500 shots. Dribble the ball 800 times. Attack the basket 200 times. Come out of triple threat. Work on whatever it is you're working on. Finishing around the basket. If you're a post player, get it in on the block. Whatever it may be. But you got to get 3 to 1 ratio. And here's the other part that's digging them in a hole. High school, even though they practice probably 5 times a week or somewhere around that, depending, they're not getting a lot of reps too. And I'm not dogging club coaches. I'm not dogging high school coaches. Please don't get me wrong. I am not dogging either one. I understand as being a skills trainer and understand as being a head coach of a team, I understand how hard it is to get all the reps that you need. It's not physically possible. So what happens or what needs to happen in the summer is number one, player development and exposure. Player development and exposure, meaning the skill work, meaning the athletic performance, meaning, yes, going and playing the games that will get you in front of college coaches. But let's be honest, even if we're talking exposure, let's say you know the system. You know where to be at the right time and when to be there for your offense within your team system. And so you're out there at these college exposure camps and you're looking good because you're cutting at the right time, you're screening at the right time. However, you can't hit the shots in the system because you haven't got the reps within that system. You just know the movements. And now you're missing shots. Now you're taking it to the basket, not being able to finish. And that's what these college coaches are seeing. That's what these college coaches are seeing. Development, you're playing all these games, you got all these practices. When are you developing? When are you increasing your shooting percentage? When are you making your handle tighter? When are your finishing moves more efficient? These are the things you got to think about. I'm going to draw you this little triangle quick, and I'm going to expand on this now, going over it 2 times now in my head, now talking to you with it on the camera. Look, there's 3 areas of development. You've heard me say this before, okay? There's athletic performance, speed, agility, blah, 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 blah. There's skill, And then there's game experience. You know, there is game experience. I'm not saying that game experience isn't necessary, but I'm saying these are the foundation that funnel into this, and the whole thing is the complete package. The whole thing is the complete package. So here's what I would suggest, okay? Now, again, maybe your club team does do skill development. That's good. If they do, go hard, get in it, dig deep. I still would recommend you get more, especially if you're only practicing twice a week. You should be getting skills workouts at least 3 to 4 times a week. At least 3 to 4 times a week. Even on a practice day, you should be doing skill work as well. So I would highly recommend that. Okay? You got to get that done. And there's a couple ways, you know, obviously, I'd find a good trainer. Us at Spartan Basketball, we love doing that. We have no conflict, no competition with any other club. So with us, it's okay to come train with us and go play with your club. We're not trying to recruit you. We don't want you to come play for our team. We want you to stay with your team, be successful with your team, but just train with us to be more prepared to bring more to the table for your team. Okay? So what I'm going to do is, wherever you're watching this, there's going to be a few places you might be watching this. I'm going to leave a link that you can click on to make sure that you're getting invited to all of our training. Okay? Now that includes, you know, private training, small group training, and camps. And look, my older players, don't overlook camps. You know, oh, I don't do camps no more. Camps from when I was a kid. You know what? It depends on what camp you go to. And I'll say this in all honesty. Where else are you for 3 to 5 days going to get about 8 hours worth of skill work? Shoot the ball 400 or 500 times. Dribble the ball almost 2,000 times. And that's what Spartan camps are about. And I can't speak for all camps, and I think there's a lot of great camps out there. But don't overlook camp as well. So again, let me get back to what we're doing. You're going to find a link wherever this is in the description or on the blog or wherever you're looking at this, okay? And then what you're going to do with this is you're going to click that link to make sure you're getting invited to all of our Spartan training and you know about what's coming next, because you got to get involved with that, okay? Then what I'm going to do below that is I'm going to put a link to our spring break camp with All-Star, WNBA All-Star, 3-time All-Star, Sophia Young, one of the best scorers in the WNBA, hands down, okay? She's going to be on the court, you know, actually teaching and being a part of the process of us training the players for that 3-day process. I'm telling you, that camp is going to be phenomenal. Not only skill development, but athletic performance, nutritional training, game film studies. We got a special surprise well, it's a surprise. I'm not going to tell you. So anyways, like I said, below this video, make sure you, A, sign up for all invites that we have, okay, just by clicking that link and following the instructions. And then 2, get involved in this spring break camp. I'm telling you, the intensity of that camp is going to be through the meters. We're going to get players better for 3 days, and you're going to miss out if you're not a part of that. So take the 2 steps below, and we'll see you in the gym.